All right, just in case, I have started recording this now.
Okay, yeah. Tell teams to pause if you would, Huskar. Yeah, my video card decided to fry for a second there. Yeah, literally.
Caster died.
Caster died. I'm coming back in, folks. Hang on. Yeah, tell everybody to pause. All right, now we're back in, folks. Okay, let's try this one more time. As ship number one is the Y disabled. It's piloted by Mighty Keb. It is a double Gatling on the bottom, a mortar up top, and a flare and a banshee on the wings. Ship number two is the When You Can Kill. It is a Pyramidian piloted by Sunstrom. It is a Gap Mortar Pyramidian with a Banshee and a Flare side. Take it away. By the way, go ahead and restart the match at this point, Huskar.
So on the blue team, that's the Storm Riders. We have the Fancy, piloted by Dementio. It is a Mobula with a Hades on the top, an Artemis and a Flamethrower on the bottom, and an Artemis and a Gatling on the top. We also have the Inaptitude. This is a Spire piloted by Finks. It is a Lumberjack as the main gun, a Gat on the bottom left, Flak top left, and Mine top right.
Alright, so Storm Riders has asked for this pause to be extended. And my guess would be here that we have somebody dealing with connection issues. It's possible. And Storm Rider is asking for the unpause. Just want to point out here, let's look at all of the Predator Island ships. They have one Lesmok on board. Everything else is greased rounds. They have no gunners, all greased except for one engineer with Lesmok. That's it. And the only one with Lesmok is Skylord Bobo. As there is the hull break on the Ineptitude. They're moving in very strong on the Ineptitude. Or excuse me, the Inaptitude, excuse me. As they are trying to hydro out of gun arcs, they are not able to do so. Oh, there is a hydro, a wild hydro by When You Can Kill. There's the kill by Y Disable. 1-0 in favor of Team Predator Island. Meanwhile, the When You Can Kill is eating some flames from the Fancy. As the Fancy is now eating 1, 2, 3 Gatlings. They are almost hull broken. The Fancy is in a very unenviable position as they are down. Predator Island now up 2-0 in this Grand Finals matchup. And just a thought here, I'm wondering why they took a Spire. I'm wondering why Storm Riders took a Spire here. Spire definitely not a good choice against these particular loadouts. Close range close range Lumberjack. That's a tough one. The Hades Mobula, of course, is a very good loadout in this situation. Definitely a good choice, especially against the Pyramidian, and also so against the Mobula. But that Spire could be a huge problem. Meanwhile, Lumberjack's going out. They're trying to take out the Y Disable. Meanwhile, the Y Disable hits that shoot vent to juke the Lumberjack. Looks like Predator Island once again looking to reposition, get out of these long-range shots from Storm Riders. This ship right here, the Y Disable, is the ship that helped launch Predator Island back into the winner's circle last week. This exact loadout. Will lightning strike twice? Will we see the rise of the close-range Mobula? Could we be seeing the return of the close-range Mobula back to the meta because of what Predator Island is doing here? This is 2 straight weeks that Predator Island has taken that Mobula against Storm Riders in the Grand Finals. As Mighty Keb is trying to use that Mobula much like he does a squid. The When You Can Kill is now moving in. And both Storm Rider ships are holding very steady here. Both sides waiting very patiently for their moment to strike. When You Can Kill is moving in. The Y-Disable will probably be moving soon. Y-Disable is moving in at this point. Who will be the target? Looks like that will be the Spire. The Spire will be the target here. Probably the correct decision. As there's a hull break on the Inaptitude. Mortars start to go out. Hull break once again on the Spire. And there's the kill 3-0 in favor of Predator Island. However, there's a hull break by the Fancy on the Y-Disable. Fancy looking to potentially get a hull break on the Y-Disable. He is completely and utterly alone. He is on a Predator Island right now. As When You Can Kill picks up hull break. Y-Disable looking to get the kill. Fancy nearly balloon broken right now. They're in trouble as there's a flare into the hull. 2 flares into the hull of the Mobula. That's 20 stacks immediately on the hull. When You Can Kill looking to get maybe a Tiger Uppercut here. That might not be a bad move, taking out the balloon. However, they opt to instead go for the back of the Mobula. They were trying to go for the back, but they get the side instead. And that should be a hull break and a kill, and indeed it is. It is 4-0 in favor of Predator Island. One more kill will mean that Predator Island will win SCS number 114. And there's a comment about the double gap mortar Mobula in chat, and my response to that is not necessarily that it will be the most effective ship, but that doesn't mean that it won't appear much more regularly in, say, pubs. So perhaps my phrasing was incorrect there. What I meant to say was basically that you could see much more as far as close-range Mobulas in pubs, in events, and things like that, as opposed to, say, just your long-range Mobulas. That's not to say that a Pyramidion would be a superior choice, or an inferior choice, or either way. It's just saying that, hey, this could be the start of a trend. Just like flares are not a kill gun, you know, I'm all about the flares myself, but that doesn't mean that flares are going to be the end-all, be-all gun. It's more about, you know, hey, there's a different way of doing things. You can try this. And it is a viable strategy. Whether or not it's the most effective strategy is up to the individual team's skill. And of course, counterpicks, things like that. As teams jockey for position once again. As Huskar is trying to co-cast from the referee position. Huskar, I had offered you a co-caster position, you decided not to, so, you know. Let's talk about that later, shall we? I offered...
Going for a split approach, dude.
And I offered it to you first, Huskar. You should have taken it while you could. as Predator Island looking to split up once again. This is a Predator Island special.
Why disable is right now on the side and the back of both the blue ships, but the one you can kill is stuck in a 2v1.
Yes, he is. He is definitely stuck in a 2v1, although he could win this 2v1 if he pushes the Spire right now. He could win this. Although that's not really the angle you're looking for unless he's going for the Mobula. In fact, that might be what he's doing here. No, he's going to double back to the Spire here as the Mobula comes into play. They do get the Inaptitude in a perfect position. They get the hull break on the Inaptitude. They pick it up, and Predator Island wins SCS number 114. With a very, very clean 5-0 win for Predator Island, defending their crown. They are now the two-time defending champions of Sunday Community Skirmish. And while, actually, before we close out the SCS broadcast at this point, what's the update on the Alliance Sunny Community Skirmish? Are we still going to be doing that, or are we, what are we doing here?
I will have to talk to the team if they want to do anything.
Okay. So in that case, let's go ahead and close out the regular Sunny Community Skirmish here. In just a moment. Any final thoughts before we close out the broadcast here today, Guagadu?
Not that I can think of. Congratulations to the Predator Island for winning this. Thank you to both the other teams who participated. Thank you, of course, to Lysanya, who was casting it, and thank you, Huskar, for refereeing.
Indeed.
And yes, Stefan, there is something for Alliance, but only one team has signed up.
Indeed, and we will talk about that a little bit later here. But at this point, we're going to close out the SCS broadcast for number 114. For Guagadu MC, my name is Lysanya, not Lasagna, signing off for Lasanya's Lounge. Good day, everybody.